Hi, I'm Tori with MissionWorks, and I'm excited to share with you about our ministry, MissionLinked. This is a ministry that's designed to link givers with goers. Now, most studies show that nearly every long-term missionary began with a short-term mission trip. In fact, most missionaries have gone on multiple short-term mission trips as part of the discovery of God's call for their life. However, stats also show that for many missionaries, it can take months and months and sometimes years to raise the support necessary to get them to the mission field. Now, imagine a world where future potential missionaries would be building support teams as they're going on short-term mission trips. Imagine a world where they're not just soliciting transactional donations from Aunt Sally, but gathering a support team, interacting with them, sharing this ministry experience. Perhaps someday these missionaries would launch into full-time mission support with a huge amount of their support already pledged. And that's the desire. Through a simple platform that's easy to use, like MissionLinked, goers can connect with givers for a more full ministry experience for both that might launch more people into ministry. So let me get started by showing you MissionLinked. I want to show you first kind of the end product, what you as a church or organizational administrator would see. I'll show you what your team members will see, and then I'll show you a little bit about how you got there and how simple it can be to set the system up. So go ahead and take a look at the screen here. What you're seeing is the team page. Now, you'll see a little bar on the left side. Obviously, I'm logged in as the administrator, so when somebody goes and looks at the team page, they're not going to see that sidebar. But what you have here is the team page that can be given out, and anybody can come and learn about this trip. It's set up by the team administrator or team leader, and you're going to see a variety of things. First, you're going to get a general sense of where they're going. You get a picture there that can be loaded up. They're going to San Francisco for a service trip. And then you, as a visitor to the page, can follow this cause. You'll go into a list that you'll see later that makes it very easy for team leaders and team members to communicate with you. As a team leader or team administrator, you're going to write out what this team is doing. This is great because this is going to transfer to your team members page, and they don't have to write this up. You can do it for them. People will also see who is on the team. Obviously, we've got one demo participant. And then this button, Join This Team, is optional. You can use that. It doesn't have a full application process, but you can use this to allow people from your church or organization to say, hey, I'm interested in this trip, and then you can interact with them. You can also take that button off if you're not wanting to have a general invitation. You'll also see, people will see how much the team has to raise as a whole, how much has already been donated, and then of course people can donate to the team as a whole through this page. You'll see there's some gallery pictures. You can even post a video there so people can learn about the trip and see who is going on the trip. And then obviously they could choose, if they don't wish to donate to the team as a whole, they can donate to this team member. So that's a little bit about this page, this end product. I want you to see what this product really is. So let me show you the team member. So the team member page here, this is what people will see when they visit a team member. Let's say I'm the team member, pretend I'm Tom. I'm going to give out my link, and people will come here, and they'll see a little bit about me. Maybe think about this as your traditional support letter. It's a place where people can briefly share what's going on in their life, why they feel led to go on the trip, and how they hope to see God work in and through them. You can see what carries over is the information that the team leader put in, as well as where they're going, and all the information in the top left here comes from their profile. I'll show you that in just a moment, how easy it is to set that up. The same gallery that the team leader set up comes across, as well as the support raising progress. They'll see how much as an individual they have to raise, how much has already been raised, and then you can see here that people can donate to them. So let's switch back now to that team member, to the team leader view. You might say, so how do I get all this set up? Well, let me tell you, it is actually quite simple. I'm going to click on this organizational profile on the side. And this is essentially what you'll see when you go to set up your organizational profile. You'll put in your organization, your tax ID, and that might be about the only thing you have to look up. Everything else will probably be information you have at your fingertips. You can see the information that you'll put in there. Once you do that, you're ready to set up causes. That's our term for a team that's going, or you can actually set up projects. So, for example, in this case, we have a demo team set up to go to San Francisco and serve in the inner city. Maybe we want to raise funds for a school backpack drive. Maybe we're going to raise funds to buy 100 backpacks and the supplies to fill them. And we want that to be tracked separately from the team. We can set up that as a project. But what you've got here is this San Francisco trip. You just saw the team page. Let me show you how that gets set up to begin with. In fact, I'll show you with this one that's already in process, this Kenya mission trip. We're going to just hit this complete cause setup. And then I'm going to move us back to the beginning. Here, the last time I worked on this, we ended at the preview page. So when you go to set up your cause, you'll select whether this is a mission team or a project. You'll select, maybe you have a whole bunch of administrators or users from your school, church, or organization. You'll select who is going to be the administrator of this team and move them from one box to the other. Of course, if you need to add new admins, you can do that. And then you'll enter in the key information for the trip, including the name, the date, the description. This is what is going to show up on the team page as well as the team member pages. And you can connect up any Facebook or Twitter information you'd like. You can put in the cause destination, and of course you can also leave it undisclosed in case you're going to a sensitive area. You can upload a featured image, and then you can hit save and continue. And this is where you'll put in the rest of the vital information, the trip dates. You can set up milestones as far as fundraising milestones. So you can see here, I've got a deposit due. I could add a airfare support deadline and put a date to it. I could add a final support deadline and put a date to it. And then this, if you already have your team members selected, is where you'll enter your team members. In a moment, I'll show you where you would enter team members if the team is selected after you've set up the cause. But here I can select and check if I'm a team leader or not. Maybe I am, or maybe I'm just the administrator and I don't need to be included as a team member. Then we can add our team members. Adding team members are really easy. You just put in their name, you select their role as a team leader or team member, and then of course you add in the information that's going to be necessary. The milestones that you've set up are going to pre-populate, and if you need to create any unique milestones for this person, you can do that. This simply shows the email that they're going to get, invites them to the team, and this is customizable. I'll show you where you can do that in a moment. Once you've added your team member, you just hit add, and they are going to get an email that they can accept the invitation and set up their profile. And again, we'll show you that later on in the video. Once you've set this up, down here you can toggle between having that Join Now button that we showed you earlier or taking it off. Once you've filled out the screen, you hit Save and Continue. And you are going to see a preview of what your team page is going to look like. If that's satisfactory to you, you would hit the Publish. Otherwise, you'll just save as a draft. Now, earlier we had said that as a team leader or a church administrator, you can edit and customize messages going out to your team members that you want to invite. And so I want to show you that right now. If you go to Causes and click on Team Details, you'll select the cause that you're working with, in this case the San Francisco trip. We're going to go to Email Templates. And you can see that you can customize the email that will go out to your team members when you want to invite them to the team. Over here in these data tags, they list what you can use in there that will just automatically fill in. So, the team location, the trip dates, the team name, those things can all be programmed in there. So you can customize that. You can add whatever information you like, and then in the end, there's a sign up button that they can click on and set up their profile. You can also then customize the email that they'll receive once they've clicked sign up and set up their profile. They'll get a welcome to the team email. And again, you can customize this. Perhaps you want to tell them when their first meeting is, or what their next step is, or remind them, go ahead and apply now for your passport. You can put all of that into this customized email. Now, one more email that you can customize as well is the email that will go out as the tax-deductible receipt to donors. If you come to Donation Management and click on Edit Thank You Emails, you'll see that just what's set up is a very simple thank you for your donation, and you can set this up and edit it to say whatever you like it to say. And again, we've got all the tags in here that you can type in so that all of that information is automatically populated. And that tax-deductible receipt is going to be coming from you, not from MissionLinked, because you've set up a profile and you've set up the information. They will actually be receipted by your organization. And this email will go to those who give through the platform itself by credit card, as well as those who might give directly to you in check or cash and are entered as offline donations. Now, if we just said that you can set up your cause before adding team members, let's say you've done that and now you have your team, you can come into team members and you can add team members at any time. Now, because you have the ability to have multiple teams, you'll have to come in and select the team you'd like, and you can go down and you can add team members. You'll also see here that there is a spot for pending invitations. Perhaps you've selected your team, you've sent out those invitations, and somebody just hasn't clicked sign up and connected their account yet. That's going to show up under pending invitations. And if anybody were to hit that join now button, if you had it on your team page, they would show up under here under new applicants, and you can deny them, you can accept them, or you can message them and in order to learn more about them. In here under team members, you can also come in and approve. So they'll show up here once they connect their account. If they haven't published their team member page yet, you can come in and preview their profile, and then you can approve them. In this case, this member is already approved, so we can then, if there were a need to, we could suspend them, or if they weren't able to go on the trip, we could remove them. You can also, as a team leader, edit or customize their fundraising goal. Let's say Tom, actually it's his whole family. Let's say there's 4 of them going, and we want to change this to $1,600 because 4 of them are going and they're raising funds as a family. We can do that. Or let's say Tom is a team leader and we say, Tom, you only have to raise $100. We can edit that as well. All right, so that's a little bit about adding team members. Now, if you get into this and you realize, I want to change something about this team, I want to add photos and videos, you can do that from this tab. Or if you want to manage the team, you can do that from this cause management. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to select our cause here, the San Francisco service trip, and you'll kind of recognize this from the setup. And you can save those changes. You can select who is the administrator, and you can make other changes through the cause overview. So let me select our San Francisco trip. Here we can change if we need to change the description of what the team is doing. We can do that, and we can save those changes once they are made. All right, now if you as a team leader want to be able to check and see how people are doing in raising their funds, you can come back here to this team member page like we had done, And of course, you'll see all of your team members listed across, and you'll see their progress towards their support goal. One really nice thing is that we can come in here to our fundraising tab as a team leader, and we can see how the team is doing as a whole. You can see that $150 has been raised. There's $650 still to go. Now you'll also see that we have this $250 of unspecified donations. These are simply donations to the team that we can then attach. So we can add offline donations. That means if somebody hands you a check, or if you do a fundraiser and there's cash, or somebody hands you cash, you can click this offline donation, put in the donor's information, and they will receive an email with a tax-deductible receipt, just like anybody who is entering an online donation. And of course, as you do this, you can select whether it's for the team member or the team as a whole. If it is for a team member, we'll select which team member it's for. You can also view all donations, and this is the really great thing. You as a team leader can see whether or not your team members have sent thank you notes to their donors. In fact, that's one of the things built into this to help connect givers and goers, is the ability to send a thank you note directly through the system. Now that's in addition to their tax receipt. Everybody gets a tax receipt, but this provides the opportunity for a goer to specifically thank their giver. As a team leader, I can see that this most recent donation has not yet been sent. And then this next one here this is an example of what it looks like. In this case, the profile I'm logged in as has an offline donation entered in for demo's sake. And if I just hit the send button, then it gives me the opportunity to send a thank you note. So that's just one way that you as a team leader can keep up with your team members and ensure that they're interacting and communicating with their givers and including them in this ministry experience. Now, a key tab here in including people in this ministry experience is this communication tab. And there are a number of options here. We've got options for messaging within our team, within those who are set up in MissionLinked. Then we also have a way to email those who are outside of our team, outside of our MissionLinked users. Then we can come in here and we can set up groups. Now you'll see here that as an administrator, I have a variety of groups. I have a group with my other co-workers who are set up as administrators. I've got a group with the team members listed for each of these ministry teams, as well as this project. And then we'll also see groups related to donors towards team members, as well as people who hit that follow cause button and are subscribers. So if I come in here to communication and I go to social sharing, this is where I can share directly to Facebook or Twitter. And I'll show you that under the team member profile, but you can do it as a staff administrator as well. Now this mass message one, I want to take just a moment to show you. It used to be that we would type out these support letters and we'd print them and stuff envelopes and mail them. And perhaps some of you are still doing that. And perhaps some of our donors still appreciate a letter like that. But I've found that many people are sending out support letters electronically through email. And so in this case, rather than using your own personal email address where you'll have to type in the addresses every time, you can create a group. You saw, I'll show that in the team member phase. You can create a group and you can message your group. Obviously, you type in the message and you'll be able to put in a link to your personal fundraising profile if you're a team member. In this case, I can include an organizational profile that's going to show all of the mission teams for the organization. If I select a cause, it's going to now give me the cause profile, and I can copy and paste the link into that email so that people can get right to that team page. And if I were a team member, I'd also have the team member profile page. Now, if I come in here to recipients, I can type in my email group. And so let me type, you can see San Francisco service trip subscribers, and I can just click on that, and it's going to send an email, the email that I wrote on the previous tab, out to all those people who want to follow our trip. Perhaps I want to check in with my donors. I can do the same thing. It's going to cause a little bit more typing if I can type it right. And it's going to be, let's see, that's not popping up, but I just don't remember how it's titled. But that's the subscribers. Then you'll have one there for donors. All right, so I think that gives you a good look at the administrator side of things. Let's take a look again at that team member side. Remember, we said that they'll get an email, they'll be able to click sign up and set up their profile. So what does it take to set up a profile? Well, I'm gonna hit that menu. Whoops, I'm gonna have to re-log in here and just take me one moment. So what's going to happen when they hit that sign up button is they're going to see a page a lot like this. Not exactly, but this is the information it's going to ask for. As a team member, what I need to do is actually my name is going to be pre-filled in because the team leader put that in. My email address is going to be pre-filled. I can enter in a phone number. I can select whether I want this information to display on my public profile page. You don't have to. And then I can connect up a social media page here. And then this is where I put in that brief bio, the About Me section, the part that we said this is kind of like a traditional support letter. So that's all your team member needs to do. And then they can, of course, upload a picture of themselves. Once they've done that, they will be able to preview their team page and then either publish it or save it as a draft. If they save it as a draft, all they'll have to do is come back to their dashboard, which is what will come up whenever they log in. And over here, instead of saying just view my fundraising page, it'll say edit or publish. And they can go back and edit it and then publish it and when they're ready. So anytime that they want to view their fundraising page, they can do that. And this is the page, again, that they'll share with people. So let's go back to that dashboard. You can see when they log in, they're going to immediately see how much they've raised, and they're going to immediately see who is given. And again, here is that example of where they can press send to send a thank you note. Okay, they can also gather the fundraising information here. Of course, it's going to show them their progress compared to the milestones that are set up, as well as show them who has given. Now they're also going to have this communication page. Now we had talked about showing a couple additional things on the team member side of that. One of those was this idea of communicating with groups. So we're going to just come to communication and groups. We're going to click on email, and then you'll see here that I've got a group that are my subscribers and a group that are my donors. I can also add groups. So let's say I want to add a group called my potential donors. I'm getting ready to send out my support request for the first time. So I can either upload a CSV file with all the names and email addresses, or if I just have a handful, I can add them one at a time, and then you can save that group. Of course, I don't have any contacts in there, but you've got that group and you can create as many groups as you'd like. Another element that we wanted to show you in the team member page was this idea of sharing to social media. So if you come to communication and click on social sharing, this screen will pop up. And you can now, from here, post your giving page to your Facebook or Twitter feed. You can see that this right now has a link automatically populated to my team member page, not the team page, but my team member page. And if I hit this share button, it is going to connect me right into my Facebook account, and it's going to give me a box where I can type a message and then hit post. I could type in something like, I have exciting news. I'm going with a group to San Francisco learn more about that, and would you join me in prayer? And it'll pop up with the message in your Facebook feed. It'll have the link to your page where people can go and learn more and give. Of course, you can do that with Twitter as well. And then you saw the mass messaging capabilities from the administrator side. Now this is that mass messaging capability from the goer side. So again, we can type in our message, and we can copy and paste in the link to our team member page, so that people can give. Then, of course, once you're done typing, you can come into your recipients and you can select your group, and see there's that My Potential Donors group that I had entered. Of course, there's no actual recipients yet, but you can add those with that CSV upload or by adding them one at a time if you have a small group. So that is really how easy it is to get MissionLinked up and running for your short-term mission team. I hope that this ministry is a blessing to you as an organization as you manage those going on short-term mission trips, and we pray that it's a blessing to those going and giving so they'll have a more full ministry experience.